Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. Angel Reese. You guys already know. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Scoreboard Keepers. You're around here, we'll keep the seats. We keep the score. So if you want to get on the board, make your point. If it makes sense, we'll add it to the board. If it don't, we won't. Scoreboard Keepers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I am your host, the Ref, where I keep you up to score in everything sports, hip hop, and hot topics. Angel Reese set a WNBA single game record with 26 rebounds in the Atlanta Dream's 78-71 win over the Los Angeles Sparks on Monday, pushing her past the league's season record in the same game. Last time I was here, I didn't miss any shots. Tonight, I couldn't hit shit. So I knew I was going to be able to get them on the rebounding side. Reese said on the post-game show on Peacock, I just want to be consistent for my team. Offensively, defensively, whatever it takes to win. The record night game came on the heels of Reese scoring a career-high 31 points in Atlanta's win at Phoenix on Saturday. With their win Monday, their playoff-bound Dream completed a 4-0 West Coast trip and are 25-13. Congratulations is in order. Listen, when an athlete does something like this is, first of all, Charles Barkley-esque. Okay, when an athlete does something like this is pushed beyond your personal feelings about an athlete. It's beyond that. This is where somebody does something this great. It's about the sport at this point, because you don't realize in real time that you're witnessing something that's called history. That means that it may not be done again in your lifetime. Records are made to be broken, but it may not happen again in your lifetime. You may not be able to see it again. So, we have to learn to appreciate things like this in real time and give these athletes their flowers while they're here. I enjoy things like this, and I don't care where it's coming from. I know when she was coming out of college and her and Caitlin Clark had this thing going on, and it was more people out in the media and the fans than it was between those two. Okay, listen, what they had going on, it's nothing different than any type of two athletes that have a rivalry, and especially when you come from two schools that don't like each other. That's the whole reason why you wear different color uniforms. So I love the competition. I love the competitive edge, but I don't know if a lot of people are even used to that, today. They're giving out participation trophies in today's time. I don't want to see people just wanting to play with the best. I want to see them go against the best. And that's what we are seeing right now. And I think that's why a lot of people had issues with them going back and forth at one another, because they prefer to have them on the same team. No. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Woo! It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. I love this 26 rebounds in a game, and she keeps, moving the needle. She keeps moving the needle. And like I said, 26 rebounds in a game is crazy. That's a big accomplishment for somebody. That means you're putting in that work. You have a hard hat on. You're going to work. You're going down there in that paint and you're going to work. That's not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It's not. By no stretch of the imagination is that something that's easy to do. And that's why she's, putting herself up there in the record books at such a young age. And this is no different than any other athlete that comes around. If you want to be separated from the average individuals within your respective sport, you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work, and I believe she's putting in the work. You know what I mean? Hard work does really pay off. And it's a shame because, you know, with her and Caitlin Clark both being in that league, they can propel that league versus it being such a media war between these two. It's something that can propel that league into places that nobody ever thought that women's basketball could go. So I don't, you know, I watch this thing from afar sometimes, and I see and I hear things, and, you know, we very rarely talk about, you know, that what was going on between those two, because we want to see the sport in general flourish. And these fans should be thinking the same exact way, the same type of support that you would give for a player around you when a league is in its infancy, like the WNBA is right now. You want to put all the fuel on it that you possibly can in a positive way. We've seen a lot of sports come and go, a lot. I mean, you could just use football for an example. You know, XFL. You know what I mean? I mean, just think how many times the USFL. Just think about how many leagues they've had around here. Where's arena football at right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys got to be careful. These leagues can come and go if they don't have the proper support. You know, everybody loves basketball. You know, everybody loves football as well, but you got to be careful, because if they don't get the proper support to sustain the longevity, man, those things can come and go. Like, I'm a big supporter, right? I've been waiting for, because I'm just saying this sport happens to be exciting to me. I've been waiting for softball to come around. You know what I mean? I mean, like, what's more exciting than that? I mean, they're playing great games when it comes to softball. Them girls are balling, and it's exciting. It's a lot of runs. It's a lot of contact with the ball, and it's competitive. It's rivalry there. There's some serious rivalries within, especially college softball. There's some serious rivalries in there. And I believe they just added it back to the Olympics, which I'm excited about. But I'm just waiting for that thing to actually go pro as well. You know, I mean, you can get some very, very serious attention on a game like that if it's done the right way. If it's done the right way, you can get a lot of attention, a lot of supporters to back something like that. I have a few ideas for softball as well. I would pitch it out there to somebody, but it would have to be done correctly. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be done like, you can't just throw it out there like baseball and expect people to come to the park like that. But it is what it is, man. But congratulations to Angel Reese. I mean, for doing such a wonderful job in that sport and being a positive face for the WNBA. I support her. I respect her game. I love what she's doing. I love what all of those women are doing out there. You know what I mean? I know that a lot of people don't talk about Aja Wilson enough. I mean, we're talking about the league MVP. A lot of people don't talk about that. Name is not out there enough, not as much as it should be. For somebody that's done so many great things like she's like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA. And she needs a lot more coverage than she's been getting. Seriously, because she's the one carrying the torch for that league right now. She should be getting a lot more coverage, and I don't know why they're not, showing her a lot more. She should be on a lot more commercials. And that's just what it is, because she has put in the work. And she's consistently showed that her talent speaks louder than words. But shout out to the WNBA, man, and shout out to Angel Reese. Keep doing your thing, girl. Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Men and women lie, numbers don't. So it is what it is. Keep doing your thing and keeping a positive air around that league. and just set the bar high. I mean, because it seems like everybody's chasing your records at this point. So it is what it is. But shout out to everybody in the WNBA. Over here at the Scoreboard Keepers and the Ref, man, we support that league, man. We want to see it flourish. We want to see it get to places that a lot of people probably never thought that it would. But we know that it could. All right. Shout out to Angel Reese with her 26 rebounds, which is a historic feat. It's Charles Barkley-esque, man. I'm just telling you right now. So we look forward to seeing you doing even more, all right, throughout this season. So good luck. God bless. And we'll see you in the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude this episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. If you haven't already done so, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video, share it with somebody, and get down in the comments and let me know how you guys feel about, one, the WNBA in general, and two, how do you guys feel about this record right here and Angel Reese? See you in the comments. And on the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers, I am your host, the Ref. Peace. God bless. Congratulations, man. 26 rebounds. It's crazy.